All right, Steveo,
Johnny.
welcome. Well, hey, welcome, man. Nice to see you here.
It's good to see you. It's nice that we've run into each other here today. What's this place called, Johnny? What's it called?
Kiki Beware.
So if you're Kiki, you've got to fucking watch out here. But if you're anyone else, come along. It's on
Jewel Street, and it's Kiki Beware Refreshment Room.
Alright, we're about to get our review on because we're all in a massive hurry. Let's do this.
Do it, review it. Aesthetics.
Johnny, tell me about the aesthetics of Kiki Beware Cafe.
Steveo, the time now is just after 1 o'clock, so that's the time that we review. So when we came up the outside of Kiki Beware, the refreshment room, we looked in through the window and it was packed, very, very busy.
It's got an old school window, something like 1920s. You can imagine Elvis standing inside there.
It looks very cool, doesn't it? So we settled for the seats outside. Now it's got these old school tiles in there. You see little square tiles that you often see in pools?
Yes, square tiles.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I like those. And yeah, from the outside, like you said, it's got the old 50s sign writing on the outside. It looks well cool.
Well, I noticed something. I normally don't really notice a lot because I'm not a very noticeable person. But they've got these exposed light bulbs that are quite cool. And it's also like a bit of a factory feel out the back there. I can imagine, like, for some reason I'm thinking of The Godfather maybe being out the back with his butchers right now, because they've got this big sliding door. You see that at the back?
Oh, I see it. It's like a big refrigerator or something.
But it's quite a cool vibe. And yeah, like I say, 1920s vibe from the outside and pretty pleasant inside.
Steveo was the only one of us that went inside, but that's us for now. We'll get with
Location.
Location. Steveo. Location.
Alright, where can we find this delightful piece of nostalgia? Kiki Beware. 3 blocks down, is it? On George, 3 blocks north. So if you're in the middle of in the Octagon working hard, you've sold a lot of insurance contracts today, you're pretty happy with life, you've got a good credit rating and all of that, you can roll down here to Kiki Beware. And yeah, it's on the flat. It's also kind of quite good for the students because it's not that far from student.
It's very central, very central.
Yeah, so I'd say in terms of positioning, it's really good. You can get here from most places on foot, maybe 10 minutes. But what about the parking, Johnny?
Parking is all metered here, Steveo, but it's it's only a wee bit of a walk if you're feeling fit and healthy. Nip on down to Countdown, and that's the free 90-minute car park, and you will find Kiki Beware Refreshment Room right opposite Modak's Espresso. That's another top cafe, but we are not talking about Modak's today, we are talking about Kiki Beware.
And if you're Captain Cook, well, you're going to have to park your ship in the harbour, but if you're also Captain Kirk, which is what I was going to say, there's nowhere to park your Enterprise here, and there's nowhere to park your car if you're a normal human who doesn't have command of a giant spaceship. It's pay and display and you're going to be screwed. Alright, that's it for location.
Do it, review it.
This is episode 27, and today Steveo and Johnny are at Kiki Beware Refreshment Room in Dunedin.
Fuck yeah!
Quality.
Quality.
You're going to tell me about the quality, right?
I am.
Right
Steveo. Quality. The coffee right now that I'm sipping.
That's live recording for you there. We just sip that shit right in front of your face.
That is sipped the drinks. That's not actually sipping a shit. That's something Steveo does outside of work.
Johnny needs to stop thinking about kissing me and get on with the podcast.
Right, okay, right. You're very, very true and
Quality.
correct there. So the quality, right. Now the long black here is smooth and it is strong. Steveo went in there and bought me a coffee because I'm pretty much homeless now. I have no job, everyone hates me, and I'm starting to smell. So Steveo went in there and he also got a really nice caramel slice. Steveo.
Quick plug for Johnny online. He's selling all manner of coloured artwork, so get on there and help Johnny stylise. Again, I don't want to have to pay for his coffee every week.
So
I got the English breakfast tea, good quality, and we also, we got the most divine motherfucking slice you ever had in your life, didn't we, Johnny? It was a caramel slice, and I saw it there sitting just like Paul McCartney when he saw that girl and wrote the song. It was similar I saw this caramel slice sitting there. I bought a slice and we both loved it, didn't we?
It wasn't overly sweet, had a very soft textured base.
Fuck, it had everything.
It had chocolate, sprinkled chocolate goodie bits on top. It was the bomb.
Texture, it was pretty much, yeah, like the Victoria's Secret models, they wear that $2 million bra. Well, this is the $2 million caramel slice here at Kiki Beware. Better wrap it up
Kiki
there.
Beware, refreshment room.
Service.
Oh, it's Steveo. Service. Hit me with your service. As Steveo was the only one that went in there because I smelled.
Yeah, Johnny's not very appropriately dressed because he only has one set of clothes and can't afford it anymore, so I, as the classy one, had to go in. Well, it's hard for me to... Yeah, I think the service, I would say, was pretty much standard. Like
New Zealand standard or
well,
European standard? European standard is like
just,
quite high up there.
just New Zealand standard. Like
so basically, before you continue there, Steve, the New Zealand standard customer service is more like no smiles, just take your money, give me your card.
Well, it reminds me, because like, for all you Uzbekistanis out there, I know we have a big audience there, I will explain, like, in an international term, like last night I went and watched the new Bond film, and it was a very standard Bond film, and I didn't like it because everything sort of expected as you wanted it, as you wanted it to happen, it happened, but there was no pizzazz, there was nothing extra, and that's kind of what happened here. I got served, they were polite, but there was no banter, there was no pizzazz, and even the delivery of the drinks. Normally we have a bit of a laugh, don't we, John?
Yes,
there was
we
none
do.
of that. So it was like the Bond movie. It delivered what
deadpan face.
Yeah, it did what it was supposed to, but it didn't. You don't get
didn't
the vibe.
fulfill.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll mark it down for that. So all those people, all you people out there in Japan, the customer service in New Zealand is pretty bad. All right, where are we at with time, Steveo?
All right, we'll wrap it up there.
All right, okay. Well, we'll be coming back with Would You Come Back?
Would you come back?
Steveo, tell me, would you come back to Kiki Beware Refreshment Room on George Street in Dunedin?
Well, on the basis of that slice alone, Johnny, I think I would. I know normally I'm a real big person for a cool service, but this time the slice has come through and pulled me in, so yeah, I would.
I think if it wasn't for the slice, I wouldn't be coming back because of the lack of communication with the staff there. I mean, like we say, the banter makes up more than anything else for the whole experience. Exactly.
Yeah, like when you go and watch Star Wars, you want the Star Wars experience.
You do, you want the Star Wars experience. Okay, so on the count of 3, we'll give it our star rating. The Do It, Review It star rating.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Boom!
Ooh,
That's it, that's a 3.
Improvised with a fist pound there, so for all you people in Afghanistan,
that is a fist pound, not
an AK-47.
not a fist.
Yeah, we're not declaring jihad here, we're just having fun.
And there's no margarine or KY jelly or anything like that, so there's no fisting
Johnny
going
wishes
on.
there was a bit of KY jelly. A bit help us coffee go down faster.
You've been listening to the Johnny and Steveo podcast, and this is doitreview.co.nz.
And here's a word from our sponsor.
Who's your sponsor today, Johnny?
Steveo, my sponsor is the Tokyo Garden. The Tokyo Garden, yes, Tokyo Garden is can be found right opposite Kiki Beware.
Where Johnny got
Kiki
a cheap massage
Beware.
last week.
Very cheap indeed. There was just an old lady who had a colostomy bag. She was sitting outside.
Johnny got to share the colostomy bag?
Yeah, she just cut it open. We had a wee bit of a drink. So for all your teppanyaki and Tokyo goodies, Tokyo Garden, authentic Japanese food on George Street. Steveo, who is your sponsor today?
Hi, today, Johnny. I am sponsored by the Doll's House. A lot of you there are thinking that might be something inappropriate, like a naked dolls store, but it's not. It's a dance shop where you can go to learn to dance like a doll. So it means you can do the robot, all those sort of stiff moves.
Do they teach you how to do the bob?
I'm doing it right now. I know you guys can't see because we haven't managed to make this into a video yet.
What about the bob?
Yep, you can do the bop, you can do the doll's worm, or you can just act like you're on the doll. That's also a dance move here in New Zealand. So yeah, that's my sponsor today, Doll's House.
Do it, review it.
Okay, to all our avid listeners in Russia and Uzbekistan,
and Japan,
also, and Iceland,
and Israel,
and also Palestine, we bring them together.
And Australia.
It's a sad moment for us right now, because we're leaving. Just like the deported people in Australia, we are leaving you. This is the end of our segment for today, but this was our 27th, wasn't it?
27th episode,
So we
Steveo.
thought we would celebrate by having a special outro, and this is it. 27 episodes and counting, Johnny. Cheers. Thanks, guys. It's all because of you.